You know what's strange? Right now, as you're listening to this, there's a voice in your head calculating whether you deserve to be here, whether you deserve to learn something that might actually change your life. It's not your voice. That same voice whispers every time you see something you want, every time an opportunity presents itself, every time someone asks you what you're worth, and you listen to it like it's gospel truth. I was in a coffee shop yesterday watching this woman stare at the menu. She had her card out, clearly could afford whatever she wanted, but she kept looking at the prices with this expression, like she was doing math that had nothing to do with money. Like she was calculating whether someone like her gets to have the good coffee. You've done this too, haven't you? That split second where you question not whether you can afford something, but whether you should afford it, whether it's appropriate, whether people like you deserve nice things. Where did that voice come from? Think about the house you grew up in, not the physical space, but the emotional atmosphere around money. Was it whispered about, fought over? Was there this constant undertone of not enough, never enough, always walking on eggshells around anything that cost money? Or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe money was dirty in your house. Rich people were the problem. Having too much meant you lost your soul, forgot where you came from, became one of those people. Either way, you learned that money revealed something about your character. And now, here you are, decades later, still carrying around the financial beliefs of a 7-year-old, still making decisions based on what you absorbed before you could even spell the word wealth. It's not conscious anymore. It's deeper than thought. It's woven into how you see yourself in the world. I notice things about people in money, how they hold themselves when they talk about it, how their voice changes, how their whole body shifts when the conversation turns to what they want versus what they think they can have. There's this invisible weight that settles on most people the moment money enters the conversation. But not everyone. Some people move through financial conversations like they're discussing the weather. Neutral, easy, no internal conflict, no moral judgments, no identity crisis wrapped up in numbers. It's not that they have more money necessarily, they just don't have the war happening inside. The war between the part of you that wants more and the part of you that's terrified of what wanting more says about who you are. Your external financial reality right now, it's not about your circumstances. It's not about the economy or your education or even your opportunities. It's about your comfort zone. And comfort zones aren't about what feels good. They're about what feels familiar, even when familiar feels suffocating. Sometimes I think our financial struggles are the most sophisticated form of self-harm we've invented. They feel so reasonable, so responsible, so mature. The business you don't start because you need more experience. The price you don't charge because you don't want to seem greedy. The promotion you don't pursue because you're not quite ready. Each decision makes perfect sense in isolation, but together, they form this beautiful, tragic pattern of keeping yourself exactly where you are. Safe, small, familiar. What are you really afraid of? Because it's not poverty. If you were afraid of being broke, you'd do everything possible to make money. But you don't. You do everything possible to avoid making too much money, to avoid being seen as someone who cares about money, to avoid having to face what you might become if you actually let yourself want what you want. Money terrifies people because it's honest. It amplifies who you already are. If you're generous, money makes you more generous. If you're controlling, money makes you more controlling. If you're insecure, well, money doesn't create insecurity, but it sure makes it harder to hide. Most people would rather stay broke than find out who they really are when they have options. I think about the people I know who have genuinely healthy relationships with money, not the people who have the most of it, but the people who don't make it mean anything about them personally. They treat it like energy, like possibility, like a tool for creating whatever matters to them. They don't apologize for wanting things. They don't feel guilty for having things. They don't make their net worth mean anything about their human worth. But they also don't pretend money doesn't matter. They don't romanticize struggle or make poverty into some kind of spiritual practice. There's this strange thing that happens when you really look at your money beliefs. You realize how much of your identity is wrapped up in not having enough. How much of your story depends on being the person who struggles, who sacrifices, who makes do with less. What happens to that story if you succeed? What happens to your relationships if you outgrow them? What happens to who you think you are if you become someone who has abundance? These aren't conscious fears. They live in your body, in your nervous system, in the way you breathe differently when money comes up in conversation. Your financial reality is always a perfect mirror of your internal relationship with your own value. The world responds to what you believe about yourself, what you believe you deserve, what you believe you're worth. And most people have been taught to believe they should be grateful for less. But here's what's really insidious about this whole thing. When you undervalue yourself, you don't just hurt yourself, you teach everyone around you to undervalue themselves. Your children learn from watching you hesitate. Your friends internalize your limits as their own. Your partner adjusts their dreams to match your fears. Your money beliefs ripple out in ways you never consider. They shape what your kids think is possible. They influence what your community considers normal. They contribute to this collective agreement that most people should settle for less than they want. What if that's backwards? What if your financial limitation is actually the selfish choice? What if playing small serves no one? Money isn't good or evil. It's neutral. It's amplification. It's the difference between surviving and creating, between reacting to life and designing it. And when you limit your own possibilities, you limit the possibilities of everyone who's watching you. Everyone who's learning from your example of what's acceptable, what's realistic, what people like us get to have. Your relationship with money is really your relationship with power, with taking up space, with believing that your desires matter, that your dreams are valid, that you have something valuable to contribute. And most people have been systematically taught to question all of those things. The programming runs so deep, you mistake it for wisdom. You think you're being responsible when you're actually being afraid. You think you're being humble when you're actually being small. But wealth has its own psychology, its own energy signature. People who are genuinely comfortable with abundance understand something most people don't. That your external financial reality will always match your internal sense of what you deserve. Always, without exception. This is why lottery winners lose everything. They get the numbers but not the identity shift. The old programming reasserts itself because nothing inside actually changed. You can't think your way to wealth. You can't positive think your way past beliefs that live in your nervous system. You have to heal the relationship. You have to rewire the response. You have to become someone who can hold abundance without it threatening your sense of who you are. Most people never do this work because they don't realize there's work to be done. They think their financial reality is about external circumstances, about having the right opportunities, the right connections, the right timing. But it's about internal alignment. It's about becoming someone who doesn't have a war happening every time money enters the conversation. The beliefs that are silently ruining your life aren't just thoughts, they're energetic signatures. They're the frequency you broadcast about what you believe you're worth. And the world responds to that frequency. Always. Your financial breakthrough isn't just personal, it's archetypal. It's you claiming your power. It's you refusing to play small in a world that needs people willing to play big. It's you modeling a different relationship with abundance for everyone who's watching. But it requires becoming someone new. Not changing who you are, but uncovering who you actually are underneath all the programming. That person has no conflict with money. That person knows their value without apology. That person doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. The
question is whether you're ready to meet them. Because once you start seeing these patterns, once you start recognizing the voice that's been making your financial decisions for you, once you realize how much of your life has been shaped by beliefs that were never even yours, something starts to shift. Something that's been asleep starts to wake up, and it doesn't go back to sleep.